we're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica. Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us are gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm so ready.
I know what poem I would recite. I don't know the title of the poem, but it's like The Hollow Men, I think it's called. It's the one that ends with, that's the way the world ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper.
What?
It's a cool poem. I don't know.
Are you talking about an actual poem?
Yeah. I'll put it up on the screen now. It's a cool poem. I love it.
It'll be a really long poem. Just go zoop.
Yeah. Right now. Done. Thank you.
Hi, me Dan. This time we play game. Yes, and us. Fishies.
All right. But the cool part is we're also gonna let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. God damn it.
That was not intentional.
It seemed 100% intentional.
Yeah.
I believe you, though, because, that is the reaction of, God, I realize that looks intentional, but I swear.
It was not. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear.
I wouldn't be mad even if it was. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. I delivered that first line wrong. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each of us put on a good performance, I know it doesn't need to be there, but I added it. Then it will inspire others to do the same. Sorry.
You gotta do the stupid things.
And the more look at my knuckles and the inside of my hand. It looks like a heart. See? It's like a heart.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like a heart or a ball sack.
Whatever you like more, audience.
And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself and others, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent.
That was not silence.
Oh. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree.
Sorry.
I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay,
fine.
straight up burp.
I guess I just have to get over with it.
Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. The range of Yuri's voice has gone from here to here and just does not land anywhere. It's just
fine. We're not voice
It's just
actors.
breathless or whatever. You're the best, Yuri. Sir is deep, Yuri is breathless. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way.
No way.
Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? I got distracted by my own laughing thoughts. Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem!
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed.
Wow.
Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I do not understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. Thank you. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, wow, Yuri's on fire all of a sudden.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do... I thought she was talking to herself. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. What?
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished.
It bursts into flames.
Everyone is stunned.
From the neck up.
Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around as if she's
Oops, there goes
bewildered
gravity.
herself.
Yeah, you caught it. I didn't think you were gonna hear that. It's
It's up to me to save the situation. I'm
so
the
proud
first
of
to start
myself.
applauding. Everyone applauded me afterwards and gives Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Oh, Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
I feel like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I haven't seen some of this shit, which makes me think that, like, we're accidentally on track to get the, like, perfect ending just by... Because the only difference is by doing the right thing in the poem games, basically. Or, like, going for the right people.
Find out, I
or whatever.
guess.
The only difference at the end is you get, like, a cool note from the game creator, basically.
Oh.
This one is called My Meadow. Or I'm just forgetting the early stuff that's not as impactful. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry, I giggled again.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you were saying to other people. Imagine you were saying it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. to your poem so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins my poem. I am Sayori and I am beginning my poem right now. Look at me go!
Not only is that not Sayori's voice,
Yeah, it's not Monaco's.
but it's not your turn to speak.
I know.
Somehow,
Shit.
it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't
soft
aimlessly
voice.
cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes. And we applaud.
I did it.
Good job, Sayori.
Even Dan liked it.
Yeah, I loved it.
I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
I'm saying you suck. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Huh. Don't make me go before then. It's not like I compare it to you guys anyways. Might as well let them lower everyone's standards a bit before I have to do it.
Natsuki. I guess
It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since
Hey,
I'm
you didn't
not,
have to talk to everybody individually today.
Yeah. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. So I'm not really good at as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, maybe.
You don't suck for this reason. You suck for this totally other reason you didn't even realize you sucked at. So now
Thanks
you
for
know you
letting me know.
suck twice as much. You're welcome. Alrighty then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
Dan wouldn't know this because he's like not an anime person, but you giving her the like snidey voice, maybe it's just because of how she's written and how she looks, but like you immediately gave her that voice, and that's perfect for like the character she is in that culture. Like in an anime, she'd be voiced like that. So you did real well. I just wanted to let you know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had no idea.
That's why I had to explain all that first, because it
The poem
would
is
seem like
called...
something you're just doing because it's natural. But-
It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because that's the aim here. Because you're presenting. You fucking dumbass.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. I think it said giving life to the poem for every single one.
Yeah. Well, they all give life to the poem, Dan. And apparently there's no other way to write that.
Maybe
There's
it's
no other way to say
a
breathe their
translation
own
thing, I
personal
don't know.
energy into it. Might be a localization thing, yeah. But although this one, like, it's done so well, I don't even know if it's originated in Japan or if it's just like supposed to be styled that way. Because it seems like it's written in perfect English with a knowledge of our idioms, right? Like,
Yeah, for the most part.
anything that I've thought was wrong, when we looked at it, it was right. And I was just expecting it to be bad because most of these have, like, localization issues. But, sorry, go ahead.
Netsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it? This French fry is disgusting and cold.
Tony, no.
It's there,
Easy
though.
for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again.
Oh, well, the festival, but... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, though.
Well, I guess in that case... Did I give her the... I did. You won't have to worry about... You won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Really had to force my ass through that one. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now to read the fucking language I've spoken my entire life. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. So much that I
Scyther!
swoosh my skirt up because of it.
Scyther!
Yeah, she kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
You were saying Scyther, okay. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Alright, we're getting further into this, I promise. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can't do this. I can do this. I can do this. That's my hair. My long purple hair.
With your hair.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I stand up.
I am a vessel for the player.
I am the avatar.
Master of all 4 elements.
Yeah.
There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monaco, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monaco, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go,
I thought it was
Sayori?
me too. Yup.
Look at you two always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond?
There's no
to
good
that?
way if you're trying to succeed with what you're trying to succeed with here. It's okay, Dan. You don't have to say it. I had to look at her face and remember what voice I gave her.
Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a couple of days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
Me too. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say
It's
that
like
one...
when a Pokemon fucking misses their attack or something. Or hits themselves in confusion.
It was straight up fucking, Porky Pig. She, like, started to say something she couldn't quite figure out, and she was like, never mind, fuck it. Something else. So, let's just say that one day Yuri has to walk home with you. I'd be psyched.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I have a thing?
You have a choice. Well, what do you think,
I just
Dan?
don't know, man.
Well, what do you think? If Yuri asked you to walk home, that's what she's asking you, by the way. Remember that part of it. If she's asking you if Yuri asked you to walk home with her, what would you do? I mean, most of these games work in a way where, like, you have to eventually narrow down which one you're actually choosing. You know? So now you might be, like, either getting rid of Yuri by her telling Yuri that you said this, or getting rid of Sayori by telling Sayori you'd walk with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? That's you, but...
Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does that thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it.
Jeez. That's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
He's pissed. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. It was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question.
That bitch.
I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, this festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time?
夢のファンタジアドキドキ音符に乗せ